Donald McCain horse tests positive for equine influenza. One of the 3 horses that Donald McCain has run this week at British racecourses has tested positive for equine influenza, Sportsmail can reveal. The significant development comes 2 days after racing ground to a halt nationwide, following 3 horses at the 48-year-old's Cheshire yard testing positive for the highly contagious virus. Now it has emerged that one of the horses that raced earlier this week, and therefore came into contact with several other horses from other yards, has also contracted the disease. There is now the more real risk that the flu will have spread, despite the best efforts of the British Horseracing Authority, BHA, and the racing industry to contain the outbreak. It is not known at this stage which of McCain's horse it is that has tested positive. He saddled Dry Lightning at Ludlow and Raise a Spark at Ayr on Wednesday and Dark Confidant at Wolverhampton on Monday. The BHA had already decided that there will be no racing before next Wednesday, and more than 100 stables have been placed on lockdown. Every stable that had runners at Ayr, Ludlow and Wolverhampton this week will have all their horses tested, with champion trainer Nicky Henderson ordering vets to arrive before dawn this morning to take nasal swabs. Warning of the impact this could have on his preparation for next month's Cheltenham Festival, he told BBC Radio 5 Live, "The worst part of it is that we are starting to miss races that were part of the horses' preparation. Some of ours aren't going to run again before Cheltenham, some of them, I hoped to run again. Then of course, if it gets too close to Cheltenham it's too close to race them. They need that gap. We're just going to have to pray it will all go ahead as normal, and this will blow over as quick as it's come in." Under BHA regulations, all racehorses in Britain must be vaccinated against equine influenza. Symptoms can include coughing, fever, nasal discharge, poor performance and loss of appetite, and the disease can spread large distances in the air. Sportsmail understands the test results on McCain's 3 horses that raced this week are due to communicated by the BHA on Friday afternoon. The BHA was unavailable to comment. What is equine influenza? It is a highly contagious virus which can affect horses, donkeys and mules of any age, sex or breed. The virus attacks the airways, prevents drainage of fluid from the lungs and can even lead to pneumonia. Symptoms include a snotty nose, high temperature, muscle soreness and lack of appetite. How serious is it? The severity of the disease depends on the strain of the virus. It can be dangerous and occasionally fatal to horses that have not been vaccinated, young foals, mares in foal and horses that are already ill with other diseases. Healthy adult horses are not normally at risk of death. Humans are also not at risk, but can transmit the virus. How does it spread? The virus is easily transmitted by nose-to-nose contact between horses, indirectly by airborne particles or through contaminated clothing and equipment. How are sick horses treated? Infected horses should be isolated. There are no antiviral drugs, but anti-inflammatories can lower temperature and reduce muscle soreness. In severe cases, intravenous fluids may be necessary and antibiotics can be administered if a secondary infection sets in. How long does it take to recover? The illness lasts from 2 to 10 days, but it takes up to 2 months for the respiratory tract to completely repair. Horses should be given a week to recover for every day they were sick. How are horses protected? Thoroughbred racehorses must be vaccinated. They are given a primary course of 3 injections followed by an annual booster. Some trainers give boosters more regularly. Vaccinations for a racehorse are recorded in its passport. Failure to keep this up to date would result in disciplinary action against the trainer from the British Horseracing Authority and a fine. Has there been an outbreak before? The disease broke out in Australia in 2007 and took 6 months to be officially eradicated and for horse-related activities to resume. The BHA confirmed that the situation in the UK is not the same because Australian thoroughbreds, unlike those in Britain, are not vaccinated against flu.